Hey, do you like to play fantasy football? Well, it's that time of year again, right? Football season's coming up. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if you know this. I mean, it's like fantasy football is worth billions and billions of dollars now. All these people who go to the statistics about what all the players do every week, and they get their own team, and they have drafts. And like my son is very active in this. Man, he goes like to New York City once a year from Washington D.C. to participate in the draft and build his team for the current season and all this kind of stuff. So people spend a lot of time, energy, and even money, and there's money rewards too for this. Yeah, even playing. And what this next interview shows you is somebody who figured out how to use the internet to get all the information you need to have the best team in your league. So to be in the Super Bowl every year. It's all about information. That's what making decisions is, or are. Making decisions. I guess you make one, so maybe it's is. Making decisions is all about, is getting the right information. So what they've done is develop a platform. So if you're involved in any kind of fantasy football, you could see immediately what everybody says about all your players. If they're going up, they're going down, how good the critique is. I mean, does this guy say everybody is lousy, or only some people are lousy? So you have this instant access to the best information in the world on your team and the players you're going to play against and everything. It's like having a super coach and you don't have to do the work to do it. They figured it out. See, that's what's neat about this thing when you see the interview, how new opportunities are available. I mean, the internet, that's why Google, sure you can go Google and find this, but you never will, because you'll get millions and hundreds of millions of websites and you'll never find exactly what you need. I mean, maybe you get close once in a while, but that's a problem. These search engines just handle quantity, all the stuff, but they're not quality. What's good, what's bad. So the smart entrepreneurs now are taking it a step further and finding the stuff that is really just only for you. That's why these search engines are going to go away, because other people know how to do it better than them for their areas of expertise. Because the people in Google don't know all the ifs, ands, or buts about fantasy football. Yeah, they just know football. So you put football in some guy's name or whatever. Yeah, that's it. But these things that are being developed are more. They're adding intelligence because you know the subject area better than the Google computer does. And that's why people are becoming more important. As we get more information in this world, people are becoming more and more important because they know a good website from a bad website. You don't know. You Google something, you don't know if that's some guy in his garage or it's a big Fortune 500 company who spent $1 million or billions of dollars researching this information. So you don't know that. But people do. People know their business do. And that's why it's becoming more and more important for the individual and experts, because there's just too much information. How are you going to wade through that? And God bless their soul for Google doing a good job, but they really create more problems than they solve. Because when you get 150 million websites, what the hell are you going to do with that stuff? So watch this. Watch this guy, how he's making money. Just being a little special. Google figure this out, because people need it, don't want to waste all that time. That's it. That's it. We're all in what I call the shoe shine business. Sure, anybody could do it, but nobody wants to do it. I'd rather pay somebody $5 to shine your shoes for me, because I'm a fat cat, or whatever. When for $5 I could get shoe polish and sign my shoes forever. So that's why it creates more, this information that's becoming so important in our lives, creating more and more opportunities for you to get specialized in something and help people get what they really need. Just not all the stuff that's spewed out in a big search engine like Google. So watch this. Well, Ilya Tabak at edgeupsports.com. But man, it's really fantasy football. You're a fantasy for fantasy football players, aren't you? You got one platform you develop that I can go and make my team a winner every season, because you're taking the internet and putting all the stuff into one place that is relevant to my team, aren't you?
Yeah, no, that's the idea, and not only that, working with you to get a better fit and better tailoring over time.
Wow. So, I mean, what did people do before that? I never played fantasy. I have a boy that plays every fantasy game in the world, but I don't. So what did people do before they had yours website?
Yeah, so it involved a lot of Googling, going to check like your Yahoo platform, your ESPN platform, and just kind of spending time, hours in many cases, just reading analysis, looking at stats and digging around, reading Wikipedia, looking at information. And so we're looking to kind of turn that process on its head and bring that to you so you can spend time doing what you want to do, like maybe trash talking a little bit or, you know, being more competitive in your league.
So in other words, if I'm trying to make my team better, I need the stats, I need the information and all that kind of stuff. And I go on Google and I put my team's name or the player's name and I'll get a million websites, right?
Yeah, you do that. And like if you play on Yahoo or ESPN, they organize a little bit of that information for you. But a lot of people are playing on multiple platforms. But really the thing is everybody's busy. And so they could go check some of these stats. They could go search. They could you know, even get on somebody's Twitter account just to see what's going on. But it takes a lot of time, and you're not going to look everywhere all the time. And so we're doing and automating a lot of those things so you can have fun playing fantasy again.
Well, it seems that, and you're using this IBM software that has, you know, intelligence as part of it, because I mean that to me with a computer and databases on the computer and searching the web, it handles quantity but not quality. So you have a way to take that quantity and make it quality, don't you?
Right. Well, it really is. So we're using a collection of tools to get at all of these different disconnected things and connect it to your roster. But specifically where IBM Watson is useful to us and really IBM's cognitive technology is it's actually been designed to understand just unstructured text analysis. So if you write a story or I had to write a story 5 years ago, getting a computer to understand who's that story about, what's the tone toward that person, and these kind of things is actually quite a complex problem. But now some of these technologies have started to come forward, so we're able to read, or at least our computers are able to read the analysis, organize it around your roster, and tell you generally how are all the analysts feeling about your player, as well as what are the tendencies of the analysts themselves, so you can, you know, kind of take a little bit of a better idea of what's happening.
So as you said before we got on the air, it's sort of like dirty rotten tomatoes. I mean, if somebody's doing all that kind of stuff for you, and you see, you know, an analysis from 50 people about your player, huh?
Right, and we also give you a clean visual so you can kind of see how has that changed over the past couple of weeks. So you can see, is that trending positively, negatively, and then make a really quick decision. So you can make a decision and getting rid of this bum, huh? That's right. we're keeping him. We're keeping them, right. We'll get your sucker buddy, you know, to buy him from you because he thinks he's good, but you see it's better. Huh? Wow. Well, I mean, this is theoretically, I mean, because a lot of people are betting money in these fantasy football things, I would think. So this is really an edge to make more money by by having access to your information. I mean, money is one thing, but there's a lot of people that when they lose their fantasy football league will get a tattoo, you know, there's trophies going around. So money is important. But sometimes bragging rights are really what it's about. Yeah. People play with their workers and their college buddies and things like that. So money isn't everything. No, I understand. But, and I guess in sports it's more that way. But that's what's so great about the video you have on your Kickstarter campaign. But it takes you through. I mean, it shows a character, you know, who's almost on Skid Row because his team isn't doing well. And that's what really, in reality, what people feel like. Right. No, you're exactly right. People get really emotionally attached and, you know, spend a lot of time and resources, and there's a reason for that. Well, I gotta be, besides being the most popular sport in our country and everything, and people spend hours. I mean, my kid goes to other cities and gets on a plane to have meetings for draft day and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's huge stuff you're involved with. So now you have a way, and basically what it is, a platform that analyzes all this. You subscribe, and the only way to subscribe right now is through your Kickstarter campaign, right? That's how you're going to get into this thing. And it's only like $20. So there's a couple different tiers. There's a $22 tier, which is kind of our basic tier, our standard tier. And then there's a $55 tier, which is the cognitive tier. And so the cognitive tier includes our standard tier and also the Watson technology. And then we have a couple other tiers that allow people to kind of participate more on the product side. And so they get to teleconference with us, very much like this. They can tell us, you know what would be really great and kind of participate in our product meetings. And then we have a couple experience-based tiers. But yeah, you can get in for, you know, $22 for this upcoming season.
And is that for a season? Is that what it is? Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, the way
we're doing, that's a beer and a half or whatever. I mean, it's not
right, yeah. it depends where. That's like 3 beers in Kansas City.
Right. Okay. I'm in Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. There's different. But the way that we're doing it is we're building our founding user team on Kickstarter, and part of the deal is we're giving them a pretty decent discount on what we're. And because they get to participate with us from the beginning and really are supporting us and, you know, kickstarting kind of the first open user involvement, we're really appreciative and we want to give them some value back.
So if you're interested in fantasy football, man, you got to at least try this bloody thing. And this is the only way you're going to do it, because when the Kickstarter's over, you're not sure if you're going to make it available to the non-Kickstarter people yet, because you're still making this super good and you don't want to ruin it by having gazillions of people yet, huh?
Right. Yeah, there's a balance. You know, if you're going to make really custom tailored suits for people, it's hard to have a million people that you're making suits for.
What made you think of that? But you're right, because otherwise you look like you got it from Sears. Yeah,
right. You don't want the ultimate fantasy experience off the rack.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. It's fun. It's useful. It's going to save people time, you know, doing the miserable part of what fantasy football is, so they can do more of the fun part, right?
That's exactly right.
And for only $22, man, you can't beat that anywhere. So it's Edge Up, EDGE Up, UP Sports, SPORTS.com. And that's where you find Ilya and all his gang that are making this happen for you. Thank you so much for doing all this, Ilya.
Thank you. I appreciate the chance to get a chance to chat.
Just play that football. That's what you need. Take care.
Yep, take care.